I believe this is the second tournament for Coolio and has been steadily improving. So I'm looking forward here, Bergs. Definitely going to be dinos to take, but Coolio could make things interesting.
Yep, looking forward to it. I'm sending them out now.
So we'll be underway here. It's a best of 5. You got to win 3 races. You're playing Arena 1 only here in Super Smash TV. From the start to when you hit the black screen exiting out of the Mutoid Man fight. And we will talk about all the inanity and insanity you've got to deal with along the way. We've got Coolio started. Dino, remember, is going to have to adjust on the fly because Mr. Dino is restreaming this and we'll have to do a little pausing in motion here. And here we go. You can already see the man multitasking. Both getting their Razor Shield set up here, Burgundy, and we are underway.
We most certainly are.
Famous quintuplets. I missed it. Did you literally reference the Dion quints, really?
I did. I said the best quint since the Dion sisters.
Oh, man.
I knew that would pop you. That's why.
It does pop me, but it's also a sad story there, too. The exploitation's pretty horrible on that, but that's not what we're here to talk about. It's going to be a lead here for Dino of about 2.5 seconds. Let's see what the opening drops are going to be. It's going to be a grenade versus an invulnerability. Nothing great, but advantage Dino earlier. Now a foot, and Coolio already has a foot, so that'll help with the use here. But really, Burgundy, these drops.
They leave a lot to be desired.
A grenade now for Coolio. Another invulnerability for Dino. Can at least, again, pair it with the foot. It's not a bad combination. But, man, these are not what you want to see. And we are having a little bit of how it's shared here. Some of the room being cut off. It just might be a aspect ratio issue here. So Coolio's a little more intimate than it should be. You're not quite seeing the edge of the room. You can barely see that shrapnel on the left, for example. So just keep that in mind as you watch the action. Why don't you tell us about this room, Burgundy?
Well, we have 18 Mr. Shrapnels that kind of creep out through the door there and crawl along the exterior and or the perimeter, I should say. And up to 4 can be on the screen at a time. So you have to take one of them out before another one can appear. And you also have the foot soldiers there, the green and purple ones, to try to take out intermittently of that. But this is a timed room, and both pretty much out at the same time.
Yeah, it's basically a 2-14 apiece. We've had several ties at a total carnage. We'll see how this holds up. Both having orbs. Who can handle the room? Early nuke for Dino. Not a bad move. It just cleans up the mess. Ooh, Coolio just recognizes that shrapnel piece in time and sidestepped it. That was tight.
White like a tiger.
And Coolio with better weapons here, getting rockets into spreaders. Now neither are really getting much of anything. No Razor Shield yet, which is usually a pretty nice item to see. Dino getting dangerously close, but he keeps the orb alive as well as himself.
Very, very impressive.
So with that Razor Shield, Dino now well protected. Coolio maybe going to sit on the nuke, takes it out. Doesn't quite finish the room out here, and it's going to be, it looks like, a tie again into the secret room. No closer than this, and we are just going to burn that product placement right now, Burgundy.
Oh, Taco Bell, product placement with Taco Bell. And Chorito Nacho Burrito. Master Tank, what are you doing here? I've come to kick butt.
Well, he's also here to see this great opening race here. Dead heat as we head into tank trouble. Who's going to play it better at the start? Who will get the drops? A foot versus invulnerability. Neither is great. Coolio is going to go a little safer.
Dino loses the orb.
Oh, no. And Coolio playing safe from the corner still has his. Gets rid of one gunner. Dino, meanwhile, gets a weapon and takes out his second of the wall enemies, pardon me.
Yeah, those wall gunners, dodging that tank's fireballs pretty gingerly is Coolio there. Loses the orb to that green soldier in the bottom left and loses the life as well.
And also Coolio, like I said, lose that, but Dino dies, and now rockets for Dino. So despite that death, I think Dino still has the inside track based on being more aggressive. But we'll have to wait and see. More rockets for Dino. I definitely say advantage now, Dino. Let's see how it plays out. But this is pairing up a little interesting, and it's tougher to tell where we're at on Coolio because of the shrapnel being less visible. Oh, what a nuke, though! Great finish from Coolio, and is going to be behind by about 6 seconds or so.
Six,
Rockets here to
seven,
open for
yeah.
Dino.
Just continuing the rocket chain that was from the previous room. Lobbers now for Coolio after taking out the swirls.
So Coolio landing these lobber shots on the gunners to get rid of them. Lobbers now for Dino after an empty drop. Rockets for Coolio. Can he get? Well, I'm going to have to wait. They should be grabbable. Gets them. Opening arm pop goes to Dino. There's a spreader. Oh, Coolio tried to die. Accidentally picked it up and recognized it, thankfully. And he switches weapons now. Both arms have been popped for our competitors. Now we got a manual attempt from Dino, landing a lot of shots. Oh, he dies with a vulnerability on the board, and he rubs his head in frustration. Or disappointment, take your pick.
There's a lot to be read within that smirk.
Dino goes down, it's a vulnerability, no weapon for him. Coolio runs out of lobber, has a rocket drop, dies. Should still be able to get this, though. And now a key for Dino with a grenade on deck. Add a weapon now. Grenades for Coolio. Coolio goes for them. Dino still looking for a weapon. It's getting Mother Hen. And now a spreader chance for Coolio.
Does pick it up, but Mutoid running away. Are you kidding me, game?
God. Final form Coolio with that spreader. Another invulnerability with no weapon. Dino is incredulous. Coolio landing shots. Unreal. Head pop for Dino. Coolio needs a weapon refill. It's over there on the left side. It's going to be tough. Nice grab. Gets the shots in. Should be able to finish it here.
For a moment, I thought was so focused on laying the shots in that I thought Coolio was going to hit the oh goodness, hit the shrapnel piece that was coming up.
And that tells you how quick things can turn around for you in a race like this. MrDino had a spreader, had the lead, was manualing, getting great damage, and right as an invulnerability showed up, got vibrated into by the Mutoid Man. And then after that, spreader dropped Coolio, and it was all invulnerabilities all the time on Dino's side, and KewlioMZX takes the opening race. That's got to be a confidence booster for Coolio.
Oh, most certainly. And we didn't even really get much into the notation here. MrDino, the 7 seed, Coolio, the 26 seed. Dino has a PB that is 11th on the overall leaderboard, a 5 minute and 29.433 second. Meanwhile, Coolio, 47th on the list with a 6:21. Anything sub 6 gets noted to the 1,000th of a second, but anything 6 minutes and higher, it's just minutes and seconds.
Indeed, that was a change brought on by our former lead moderator on the game, 40 Watt Range, who kind of took a cue from the Super Mario Brothers community. It really kind of adds an extra little prestige to your run once you get into that 5 minute digit range. It's nice little thing to throw in there. Plus, it really divides up that log jam you occasionally get at the second marks in, like, for example, the 523s that we have on the board.
Yeah, it helps keep it from being just, okay, all these people have 523s.
And speaking of Mr. 41, unfortunately not taking part this year, but I think I saw him in the chat not too long ago. Always happy to have him around here. Very knowledgeable. If anyone has questions and things, generally willing to help or throw you a clip to answer any question you got. He's good Pete. It's good Pete. We'll be on the way here for game number 2 momentarily. I think there was a bit of a feed fix for MrDino was going on there to get us set up for Coolio, so we can see the outer edges of the room a little better. Let's see what Dino can do here. I think Dino's going to come back with a vengeance here. Not only because the drops have to be better on the Mutoid, man. That was pretty bad. But, just cleaning up the regular arena play a little bit. And, you know, just wasn't real happy with the run. I expect a bounce back here. But maybe the luck's going to play Coolio's way. And all of a sudden it could be a 2-0 hole for the favorite here. Our 7 seed, Mr. Dino.
Might have also been some production related things as well. It's certainly a challenge when you're both the restreamer and you're competing as well.
Oh, look at him pausing that closest to 10 without going over. That's pretty good. Here we go.
Does he win both showcases?
Oh, an LOZ Cards fan jumping in. How you doing, bud?
Hey, I just got home and in time for some Mr. Dino and KewlioMZX. Oh, this is going to be a good one. So right now we've got Coolio up 1-0. You'll love to see perhaps a potential upset brewing.
Oh, very much here, Cards. It has been a very hard luck night for early orb drops for pretty much everybody. And then there's also been difficulty keeping them when they show up. So we'll see who can clean that up. Dino, it appears, has a very negligible lead into collect power-ups.
Right you are, Bri.
Opening drops here. An orb on the feet. What a drop.
But hey, not to be outdone, Coolio's got some vitamin R, so say some great goods here to start things off for both runners here and collect power-ups.
Love to see that. If you're not going to see that orb, you want to see rockets and spreaders as the runner without the orb. But still, this advantage is to Dino. Just holding it down. Look at how efficient this is. This is textbook early orb.
Yep, a high 80 time there for Mr. Dino. Coolio just about ready to finish up the room. He still does not have that orb. He's about 7 seconds back going in to eat my shrapnel.
So this time it's the shoe on the other foot because Coolio had the orb in this room. Runs right into that shrapnel. Might have been intentional, might not have been, just looking to get the invulnerability to help kill them. Trying to get it under control. Not a terrible strategy. I believe Prince Leaf was the one that kind of started doing that in the meta for trying to get rid of the enemies without a good weapon or an orb.
That's not a bad idea. You get that short burst of invulnerability that enables you to get rid of multiple shrapnels, and when you don't have a weapon, that's when you fall into the trap here, and he's doing a good job with what the game has given him, and that's not much.
Ooh, opening rocket for Dino here in tank trouble. He takes out all the shrapnels. It's going to be about a 10-second lead for Mr. Dino into this total carnage room.
It'd be nice if the game would give Coolio an orb to go with everything else, but it's just one of those runs. Boy, Mr. Dino came dangerously close to dropping that orb right there, Brian.
It's been a couple. There you go. He's been a little loose with his play here, and his orb goes bye-bye.
Yep, so, Ben, look at this. As Dino's orb goes bye-bye. Oh, and never mind. Never mind.
One of our earlier ones, they just kept doing the old tennis volley back and forth. I got an orb, I lost it. You get one.
Whoa.
Oh, okay, so he's going to double hit that one. Lucky for him. Dino, meanwhile, right in that razor shield.
Yep, absolutely, but Coolio might be a late razor shield there for Coolio. It's still going to be a Dino lead, but he's not going to be happy with the fact he dropped the orb so early. It's a 3:03 into the bonus room. Coolio trying to wrap this up. He's still going to lose time just because Dino had the orb for so long, and Coolio had to do a lot of dancing, but he keeps himself in the running. It's about a 14-second lead for Dino.
And the advantage is to Coolio coming in with half of a spreader here. Can probably kill one gunner or just maybe quickly blast the enemy out of the way and then focus on the gunners. We'll see what Coolio does. Opening drop for Dino is a grenade. That's a fine drop, but you don't have an orb. You can. Oh, but he dies on the way to the second gunner.
Ouch. Tough break there. I think he ran into the mine on top.
Oh, he did. Oh,
yes,
well,
he did.
That opens up a little bit of space for later. Spreader here for Coolio. Gets one gunner down, is now trapped in the top corner, trying to work on that gunner. It's a hard angle from up here.
Very nice. I'm impressed by the movement there for Coolio to get rid of both the gunners. Now he can try to focus on the middle of, obviously would like to get some weapons, gets a nuke on the feet, a nice little breather.
That's beautiful. That's something you want to see. Unfortunately, doesn't get the tank with it, but small potential.
Whoa, what a dodge.
That was all three of us gasping in unison, but hey, Coolio keeps the orb alive. Luck or skill, it's still alive and still dealing damage.
Gets another spreader here. Hey, save some spreaders here for Mutual, man. Another spreader for Coolio.
Dino goes down to a death. Could we see a lead change? A 14.
Oh, it's going to be close. Yes, we do see a lead change.
Oh.
Coolio has taken the lead by a second, and he has the orb for a chance at a ball buster. What's going on here?
Wow.
That is quite the swing he
And
gave.
a spreader for Coolio. Just going to focus on the gunners. I think could be the right call. Probably not feeling confident going for that. Going for the ball buster here.
And
gets it.
Nailed it. Very impressive. Coolio poised to take a
There's a
two-game
spreader.
second lead. If it doesn't get blocked, he'll get it. Oh, he's got it.
He's got it. He's probably going to get both arms if he doesn't get sabotaged. There's one. There's two. He gets run over with half the spreader still in hand, but has the lead.
And he does get the grenades. Here's a spreader chance for Dino. He's going to have to go manuals as it's on the right-hand side. And he's got to watch out for those grenades as well. And he gets run over too. They're both on the same form.
So a slight lead for Coolio, maybe 3/4 of a form. Another spreader chance now. Dino's got to go manual again. He had a great manual game one. That one wasn't as good.
Yep, this is still a Coolio lead here as he's pounding home lobbers as he's closing in on the penultimate form here.
Another
Missing a lot of
spreader.
shots.
Another spreader for Dino, and he has to manual again. About a form behind right now. Coolio pounding home shots.
Yep, he's got the rockets now, a lobber for both players now. It could come down to who's going to have accurate shots because this is still pretty close.
It's a close one. It's about 3/4 of a form, I'd wager. Yeah, there's the form change. Coolio, final form. Dino needs that rocket, and he gets run over.
Oh, man, he's not going to get to that rocket either. It is looking good for Coolio to take a 2-0 lead. The rust is real right now.
A key for Dino. That could be key to Coolio's victory here. Pounding home shots. And indeed, it's 2-0 Coolio.
Unbelievable.
And Dino, since he has the live feed, just resets and knows it's over. He is not happy.
Oh, he shouldn't be happy about that. I mean, he didn't play it well in that game, but he also had some bad Mutoid man luck as well.
For the second game in a row, Coolio takes it here. Our 26th seed is on the cusp of one of the all-time opening round upsets.
Oh, this could be one of the greatest upsets we've seen in tournament play. I mean, you're looking at MrDino, who in the last 3 seasons has finished 3rd, 4th, 4th. I mean, it doesn't get too much better than that in terms of consistency. The fact that we could see him into the second chance bracket this early, that is incomprehensible.
But here's the thing. The higher seeds generally can bear down and very least make a go of it. But we've seen a few people make some comebacks over the years with the higher seed. And, you know, RNG favors the favorites, I've been told. So we'll see if that starts to swing back here for Dino. Game number 3 will be underway momentarily, guys. This would be a breathtaking upset, but you got to win 3 to win the match.
And I'll tell you what, Coolio, despite the fact that he did not have an orb for a good chunk of that game, I thought his arena gameplay was quite good.
He honestly, pretty good movement, some interesting techniques at play. The biggest advantage probably for Coolio was there was a couple spreader drops in tank trouble in the middle, which really helped clean up some swarmers at the exact right moment.
It'll be interesting to see how Coolio plays if he gets an orb up front, and we'll see if his arena gameplay can hold true at that point. That's going to be the key here, I think, to Coolio's chances of locking up this match right here in game number 3. Let's go.
We are underway here. They both got their setup of the Razor Shield, and they're both just generally holding the middle. Dino getting my favorite second drop, the foot by the left door. And Dino now trying to set up a nuke, it looks like. And gets it, but I think it's still going to be Coolio with the hole shot.
It is indeed by about a half a second. You're absolutely right here. Coolio with a 40, a high 40, and MrDino with a mid 41. So half a second, maybe 3/4 of a second. But Coolio with the little edge going into collect power. So let's see what the opening drops are going to be. We got a foot versus another opening drop orb. Wow. Dino's got it.
And now an orb for Coolio, so at least it's pretty even. Let's see how they play it out.
Yeah, this is going to be the real test to see who can really sharpen up their arena skills here, because again, Dino has been a little bit sloppy in the arena gameplay. We'll see if he can tighten it up here.
Yeah, the big thing when you're getting a little too loose with your play when you have that orb, sometimes it's just about focusing on staying inside that diamond. Let's see how it goes. It's going to be a slight lead Dino and Eat My Shrapnel.
Yep, so pretty close here, and Coolio trying to get rid of the foot soldiers here, and that swirl, that swirl was getting dangerous.
Both of them had some very dicey orb positioning with enemies. And again, Dino keeps swinging it at enemies. He's been a little careless with his movement here. Not the usual sharp play we expect.
Yeah, Coolio getting some rockets here. This is going to really help him clear up the room here. He'd like to get another weapon to finish off the Mr. Shrapnels. Good drop there for Dino. That should finish up the room. And more rockets.
Back up rockets. Nice.
He's probably going to grab him after this shot. And is he done? He is perfect. A full set into Total Carnage.
Excellent. 205 versus 208. It's about a 3.5 second lead, Dino. Good job, though, for Coolio there in Eat My Shrapnel. Now it's time for Total Carnage. Almost bumped into the grunt there, but Coolio does have the orb intact. He's got a nuke waiting for him. Should he choose to use it, he is going to ignore it.
That is a sign of confidence, I would have to say, just saying, you know what? I'm good. I don't need it. The rockets finish out for Dino, gets a spreader refill.
Have both players getting a spreader here, doing a good job keeping control of the middle, and rockets on the feed for Coolio now.
You love when you're swinging just a little bit too wide and you get the rockets. Sometimes the game just wants to help you. Not often, but it does sometimes.
Absolutely. Even Steven, hey, you want to see those equal opportunity drops here. And now more Vitamin R for Mr. Dino. Could be enough to clear up the room here. It'll be close.
Had to go a little
heavy. Help.
Had to go a little heavy on the rockets. The nuke almost finished the room.
301 plus half a clip of rockets. That's big for Dino. Unfortunately for Coolio, the blast, that was close. 8-second lead for Mr. Dino, and the weapon advantage going into the tank trouble. You know what it's time for? It's time for Taco Bell. Taco Bell product placement with Taco Bell.
We get a bonus one because Cards wasn't here. We got it out of the way because it was a literal dead heat heading into the bonus room for game one.
There you go. There you go. All right, so spreader now for Mr. Dino. He does get both gunners off thanks to the rockets. Coolio gets a foot, so
more
big
rockets.
Advantage for Dino.
More rockets, Dino. You gotta love it. So Coolio playing conservative here is going to be tough to get those gunners. Does get rockets now. Can he get to them? But loses the orb.
Close, but no cigar. That the purple shirt was just waiting for him to take it away. He just could not clear the path to safely grab those rockets.
Still, though, I'm pretty enthused by the progress I'm seeing out of Coolio. Looking to have definitely been putting in some work since last I saw. And Dino dies!
He initially avoided losing the orb and then just ran right into it. That was at the end of the room, too. Otherwise, his arena gameplay was good this game until then.
So he's in at about, what, 418, 419, something like that. And Coolio is still whittling the room down. The drops have not really been too helpful. There's a late rock. Ran into a shrapnel.
Oh, no. And he gets an orb at least. But can he keep it? Nice block of those bullets there because of the invulnerability. He will be able to keep that orb. No, he won't.
Jeez. This game is so cruel sometimes.
Well, there's the turnaround.
Is that a spreader?
30 seconds.
Is that a spreader?
I don't know. It is.
Wow.
He'll have to manual though, and he's got to watch out for the gunners.
Still,
he's going to change it up.
Yeah, he's going to change it up, but he's still got a form with it. So 2 arms gone, a 2-form lead. Coolio trying to take down the gunners with that lobber, and Dino gets killed trying to take out the gunner on the front of the team.
Yep, and it's an empty drop, so an opportunity potentially for Coolio. That's too far away to take a death. That's a good choice. He's going to try to get a manual. Unfortunately, he gets vibrated, but he should be able to get these lobbers.
Yeah, we'll have enough time to get across. No block from Mutoid, and it's still going to be about almost a 2-form lead, I would wager.
Yeah, I'd say about a 4 3/4 or so. And there's
Dino takes a death, but can he get to it because he's trying to block him?
Wasn't able to completely block him, but to go away from him.
On the feet, and invulnerability on the feet.
Look at the feet.
No way! Look at this. Final form already for Dino. He changes it up to Rockets here, and it is looking really good that we are going to see a fourth game here between Dino and Coolio. And there it is. What a Mutoid Man fight. Well under 2 minutes. Dino ain't dead yet. He takes game number 3 and is now only behind 2-1 now.
It's good to be lucky, and sometimes it's lucky to be good. And that was a break that Dino wanted. Still had the lead, but that took all doubt out of that particular matchup here. And Dino gets back to 2-1.
Yeah, and in that game, Dino had a much, much better arena gameplay there. Coolio was doing fine until he got to tank trouble, and that's what I was talking about. I said the test was going to be is if, Coolio was going to have the orb, whether he'd keep it, and the answer to that game was a resounding no. So what lost Dino game number 2, won Dino in game number 3. His arena gameplay, really pristine, earned that win.
A little hiccup at the very end of tank trouble, but that's the worst thing you can say. You've done fine. Coolio here, just finishing it up. That grenade should do it with the transfer damage from the spreader. Still up 2-1, still has 2 shots to take this matchup. And gonna wonder if the nerves got in there a bit on tank trouble. Got a little ragged towards the second half of that room.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. Coolio had been playing a great game up until that point, but yep, tank trouble, that's usually the key room that usually separates the good Super Smash TV players from the great Super Smash TV players.
So, question, would you say regarding the drops that Mr. Dino had gotten in that Mutoid Man fight, would you say that there was no doubt about it?
Well, when you have a spreader and he's running away from you and you're going to lose that little bit of invulnerability and one lands on your feet, sometimes it's just meant to be. One of those moments, just like the Sky Dome erupted in just a raucous cheer. As a whole country cheered in 2015. I'm telling you, sometimes you just know. It is no doubt about it.
Give it up, Dyson.
Game 4 coming up here, guys. Can Dino force that deciding game 5, or can Coolio finish it out for one of the all-time upsets? Let's see here. Coolio, despite a little bit of rough play there in tank trouble, overall still very impressive here, playing well above seed level. You love to see it, Cards.
I'd have to agree, but I got to tell you, this could be a momentum swinger, Bri. Mr. Dino, that was his sharpest arena gameplay so far in this match. He keeps playing like this. He's going to put a lot of pressure on Coolio to play his arena as well, and if he doesn't, he's going to need a lot of good luck in Mutoid Man.
I mean, that luck in Mutoid, provided you can keep yourself in contact, you can win any race. You're within 20 seconds, you have a shot. So it's not about being ahead going in. It's just about keeping yourself in touch sometimes.
Precisely. And that's the last thing you want. I mean, you can afford to be maybe 10 seconds behind, even 20 seconds behind. When you're starting to be 30, 40 seconds behind, then that's really concerning, because that you need a lot to go your way and you need a lot to go against your opponent.
We're underway here. Game number 4. Coolio on the right, Dino on the left, and they both get their Razor Shield set up. So we'll see who gets the whole shot out of the first room. And look at those drops. Are those identical? How about that?
They're identical in the identical spots. There's a foot, but there's your little change there in vulnerability for Dino, and now another foot for Coolio, and it is going to be Mr. Dino with the whole shot by about a second or so.
It looks like it's going to be a 41 versus a 42.
About 1 second going into collect power-ups, so let's see what our items are going to be. Dino's had a lot of first orbs here. You'll get a spreader. Coolio's first drop is invulnerability.
The invulnerability was decent. A lot of spawns out that left door, so able to use it effectively. Got some good kill rate out of it, but still, they want to see better than that. Chaining invulnerabilities, that's not it, pal.
That's not going to cut it when your opponent is dishing out rockets like Mr. Dino's got right here, which may be enough to finish up the room here with accurate firing here. And yes, indeed, 121 is the time for Mr.
Nice
Dino.
Nuke. Nice nuke.
3 second difference. Neither player has an orb at the moment.
Decent opening drop here for Dino. Can just take it and run through the shrapnels. Coolio, meanwhile, avoids the death. Picks up a grenade, gets rid of the shrapnel mess for now. Good use of the spreader there, getting 2 with it.
Coolio gets the first orb of game number 4, and that could be key if Mr. Dino doesn't get an orb. If he can keep that orb, that is going to really bolster his chances of winning this one.
I'm liking this from Coolio, a little loose in Eat My Shrapnel, but realizing at times I don't need to keep moving. If you stop moving, it gives you a better chance to just take a breath, get your shots lined up. So that's a 205 versus a 207.
Gain a second.
Yeah.
Gained a second.
And this could be a big gain if he can keep this orb healthy, and Dino continues to just lag behind in drops. And there, as I say it, there's the orb.
Yep, and Coolio having to dance a lot with that shrapnel, but he's going to get a spreader here, which will help him regain control of the middle.
I mean, really, you want to see that Razor Shield earlier, just take some of the pressure off and really allow you to focus on those firing lanes.
Well, what the bleep is a Razor Shield? And speaking of which, Dino's got it.
So now, with this, Dino looking to maybe build the lead, has got the orb fairly early. Coolio having some troubles from the right.
Yeah, he's had a lot of problems, gets a spreader on the feet here. Dino with rockets now on the left center side. He'll grab those. A nuke chance for Coolio. That was a good timing there of that, as that shrapnel was about to explode. But it is still going to be Mr. Dino with the lead, you would think. And indeed, it will be a lead for Mr. Dino at a 3:04. But Coolio has kept pace, almost losing the orb at the end. He is 6 seconds back.
Pretty good job by Coolio, I have to say. Did come in with the orb advantage, but early orb from Dino in the room nullified that somewhat. And despite some dancing moments, well within reach here. And let's see how tank trouble goes for both of our competitors.
Dino has about 2/3 of a clip of spreader to take with him into tank trouble. Coolio doesn't have any weapons, so this first drop is going to be huge for both. Invulnerability, Dino can ignore it. Coolio's first drop,
he
losing the orb
No.
is also an invulnerability. Nothing doing for either player, but losing that orb, we'll see if that comes back to bite Mr. Dino here.
There's a rocket again in the middle now. Can Coolio
Same
get
spot
there?
as in the last game where he got picked off, and this time he gets to it. Amazing movement and patience.
Oh my goodness!
And how
Oh
did he
my
not lose
goodness!
that? No way! What is this?
What is this? Oh, he finally
Oh.
drops it.
That was
Oh my-
some crazy movement to save himself right there. Coolio does get some more rockets here. I mean, the weapons and a replacement orb for
Oh
Coolio.
boy, this could be close going into Mutoid. Down goes Dino!
Oh my goodness gracious. Tank trouble being big trouble for Mr. Dino here. But Coolio gets picked off as well near
At
the end of the room.
It's the end of the room, and it's going to be a switch.
429 plays 431, so 8 seconds Coolio gained here. Mr. Dino does have some rockets. That will help with the gunners up front to start.
So basically a wash here, guys. It's all going to come down to, oh, a bit of a mistake. Oh, Coolio got it with a lobber shot. There's a spreader. Does he see it?
Yeah, but it's in a bad spot. I don't disagree with him not taking the death because he could have easily gotten blocked there.
More surprised he didn't even go for it, but chose to just focus on the lobber damage. Maybe feeling I'm in good shape, I should just go here. That empty drop means nothing, has the lobber.
Well,
the
we are
lead
neck
belongs.
and neck here.
It's a slight lead. Maybe. It's hard to say here. The weapons have favored slightly here with that extra lobber time for Dino.
Yeah, it's been very, very close. I mean, it's going to come down to who has accurate shots. Second arm pops off for both. It is still neck and neck.
This one is tight, boys and girls. Who's going to get that big break or who's going to make the big mistake? The lead to Coolio.
Still a lead to Coolio, but the weapons now advantage Dino as it's been back-to-back grenades. More lobbers for Dino. There's a spreader chance.
He's definitely going to get it, and he's lining up for him.
I love it. Here it comes.
Couldn't
Head
we
pops
see it?
off.
Oh, he gets sabotaged at the end.
Well, it was about to run out of invulnerability anyways. It's final form now for Coolio, but he gets run over. He needs a weapon.
He's a nade. Is it blocked? No, he gets it.
He does get it.
Oh!
There's a spreader for Dino.
Will he get it?
Steal?
Will
Could
he
this be
get
the
it?
steal?
He gets it.
Oh my goodness,
It's
the
gonna
steal
be
Transfer
close.
comes.
damage.
Coolio running out of time.
He's having trouble lining it up here. And
Dino takes
Dino
it.
gets
steals it. Wow.
Dino will steal it, and no one will ever know. Do I hear Immaculate Spreader Part 3, folks?
That very well might. We are going to a fifth game. Absolutely gutting for Coolio.
Oh, what a gutting, heartbreaking loss there. It looked like Coolio had it, but then the spreader. And it always seems to happen against the underdogs. It looks like the underdog is going to pull off the coup de grace upset of upsets. And then that timely spreader comes for Mr. Dino. He gets the transfer damage. He gets enough of the final weapon to finish him off. And you got to feel for Coolio. But Dino hanging in there. And now what was a best of 5? We've got a decider.
It's one game to rule them all for this match. And you got to feel that if Coolio can keep the cleanish game going here, has had a little bit of problems here and there, but overall has been cleaner in the arena play than Mr. Dino. And it can keep that up. Puncher's chance. Honestly, could have had that one if not for that well-timed spreader. This one is not over.
Well, it's not just that. He also could have had if he didn't get run over by Mutoy Man right as he went to final form. You could have looked at either one of those things being a decisive difference.
Oh, you can always look at that, look at this, and in the end, it comes down to who can perform under the pressure. This here will tell you a lot about Coolio. Well, is Coolio put in that work? Is Coolio done the reps to not let this get under the skin? And can Dino shake off some shaky performance here today and bear down? I mean, as you said, we're talking about someone who finished, what, 3rd, 4th, and 4th in the last 3 tournaments? Like,
that's correct.
Wow.
And my gut tells me I think Dino's going to complete the reverse sweep. That's what my gut is telling me.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Find out momentarily as I just let the runners go here, and I don't know who's going to win this particular race, but I know that the winners are certainly the audience, as whomever advances here will face Lucha Jim. Whoever loses between this will go up against Joey Mittens. So no matter how this goes, they're going to be fantastic matchups in the next round.
That's quite ironic you mentioned that Joey Mittens is the opponent. Suppose Coolio does lose, goes down the second chance bracket. He's going to go up against an opponent who went toe-to-toe against Lucha Jim. That is not going to be an easy task for whoever falls into the second chance bracket.
I mean, you're talking about the best 2 matches of the tournament thus far. The winners will face each other. The losers will face each other. Sometimes life is cruel. We're underway. Game number 5. Who is going to advance? Who's dropping to the second chance?
And this time it is Coolio with the whole shot by about a second, as he's got a low 41 versus a low 42 for Mr. Dino. Collect power-ups. That first drop is going to be crucial for both of our runners. Let's see what they end up getting here as the room starts.
Opening drops here are going to be a foot versus a razor, so again, Dino has the early advantage.
Yeah, he's had the advantage for many of these collect power-ups. Coolio just hasn't really gotten the goods, and now rockets with more rockets for Mr. Dino. He can ignore it until the very end. He'll go ahead and grab that refill. He's looking for the orb to complete the Holy Trinity.
Right now,
and he does get it!
He does get it. He should be going for it now because the room's basically done. He's going to have to waste some extra time. Orb here for Coolio. 123 for Dino. Not the best time given the drops. I would have expected
he was being
better.
a little too conservative at the end there. I can see why he did it. He wanted to reserve as many rockets as possible without grabbing the orb, but in the end, that cost him a couple of seconds. Coolio is, though, 11 seconds back, and then he loses the orb. Some yips here early on for Coolio. This does not bode well.
Okay, he's got to get these shrapnels going. Now he's focusing on them, and he gets a key. Not a great drop. He is going to have to hope for something quick here to help. Gets into vulnerability. Could use that on the shrapnels, and he's got to get going because there's 4 on screen. Dino is gaining time every single second here.
Oh, I agree. This right now, Mr. Dino's feeling. He's got a 205 going into total carnage. Got Coolio in big trouble right now, and he still has a lot of this room left to go. He is bleeding time. He's hemorrhaging time.
This is exactly what you didn't want to see if you're a Coolio backer. It's a 14-second lead with no orb. Gonna need to play well and just try to keep this match in touch. You can't let it get too far out.
Yeah, he is 16 seconds back going in, and right now, that lead could turn into 30, 40 seconds if the drops don't start getting better for Coolio.
Right now, doing the right thing. Chase that orb. Just keep getting drops. You gotta chase weapons. You need something. That's his second key of the room. That is not good.
Oh, it is getting worse and worse by the second for Coolio here ever since he dropped that orb. The weapons have been dry.
Yeah, saw that coming. That is a hard grab.
259 for Mr. Dino, sub 3 into the bonus room, and yeah, this could be a 40-second lead. It really could be.
Yeah, it sure could. And another death. Oh,
down too.
It's all spiraling downward for Coolio.
It just, at this point, you gotta not tilt because it is Smash TV and insane things happen, but this is looking dire. Another key. That's 4 in this room.
There is no pleasure dome and easy. 5 keys now. Do I hear 6? Do I hear 6? Do I hear 6?
World of sorrow.
Oh my word. 40, 41, 42,
More
42 and a half
rockets for
seconds.
Dino.
And he's got a razor shield to go with it. Okay.
Dino could be sub 405.
RNG favoring the favorites. You're
Oh
being
my
paged
goodness,
on
we
line
could
1.
be talking about a low 4. The rockets keep flowing.
And he could have some rockets to take with him to the start of the Mutoid Man fight. Get rid of the gunners. He will.
Like I said, low 4. He's got a...
403.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
That
Unreal.
was fantastic for Mr. Dino. Right now, he's in the catbird seat to complete this reverse sweep. There's an orb for Coolio. Will he be able to keep it? That is the question.
It's
so
a
far,
tight
so good.
fit. Tight fit. Now he gets a spreader.
Are you kidding me? What is with these
Oh,
drops?
his orb got clipped.
He was trying to get the ball buster and trying to get the spreader damage. Oh, he saw it too late.
Oh, that was almost gone. He just got vibrated, I think. He gets a grenade, though. He can just keep pouring the damage in. Coolio, meanwhile, lost the orb and is just struggling in tank trouble. Another spreader!
Word.
It's blocked right now. Will he move?
Will he move? No, he won't. Blocked. 4, 3, 2, 1. Same level 4.
Oh,
And
4.
Coolio had rockets. They ran out, and the orb gets taken down as he gets clubbed. Dino, meanwhile, trying to pop the second arm. It's still within reach here, but Coolio needs this room to end. And with the lack of...
oh my gosh, there's a late orb there for Coolio, but he is over a minute back. I mean, Dino really hasn't taken a lot of advantage here. Just gets the shrapnel dude off. It is a 74-second deficit for Coolio. It's going to take some kind of miracle.
It would take drops in the realm of I want a world record to really get this into a thing, and that key is not going to help.
Another key. Oh my word. Lovers after Dino, and he's hit.
Oh
my goodness gracious. Nothing's going right. Coolio, I think no, he didn't.
Did not get it.
Did not get the ball buster.
Finally gets a weapon. Goodness.
Well, the writing appears to be all over the wall, folks. Mr. Dino poised to get our first reverse sweep of the tournament.
Oh yeah, it's over.
Yeah, he gets his spreader just to get it.
It's gonna form change immediately. He will not need another weapon. He will not need another weapon. That spreader will be enough.
That's it.
Done.
Game over. Mr. Dino, all the momentum went his way. Ever since, man, the Immaculate Spreader, I'm definitely going to be clipping that, and that is going to be a moment of this tournament. You can bank on that, folks. But GG to Mr. Dino. He bent severely, but he did not break, and he lives to fight another day in the winner's bracket, folks.
Like Batman over Bane's knee. That's how bent he got there, but in the end, he came back and got his W.
Yep.
But am I the only one that remembers when Bane broke Batman's back in the 90s? Jeez.
No, it's too long ago for me, I guess.
You're old, Brysolf. Thanks, guys.
I mean, I am too, but I'm not Brysolf old.
Well, unfortunately, Coolio going to take the game over here and will drop down, but GG's to Mr. Dino and GG's to Coolio. Played 4 great games, but that last one just did not go Coolio's way.
It most certainly did not. I mean, Coolio, once he lost that orb early in Eat My Shrapnel, it was just all downhill there for Coolio. And then Mr. Dino just having an absolute immaculate set of drops to help him in tank trouble and just never look back. Mutoid Man toyed with him for a little bit, but in the end, he got a great spreader drop that sealed the deal.